Hey guys, Steve Welch here with your fact of the day. Found one that's really interesting to kind of think about. So hotcars.com had a article about the oldest nameplates that are still in existence. So the cars that have been around for years, decades, right? And when it comes to the nameplate, now they did caveat it with saying there were a couple of them that kind of would fall off for a year or two and then come back. They still included those, but I'm going to do their list here and you guys tell me what you guys think. But it's kind of interesting to think about how long some of these cars have been around. So number 10, so I'm going to go from the 10 down to number 1, which would be the oldest one, right? So number 10 is the Chevy Camaro, which actually first came around in 1967. So been around for a very long time there. Like I said, a couple of spots where it wasn't out for a couple of years, but still in production on that one. So number 9, Toyota Corolla. Right, Toyota Corolla is the longest Toyota that's been out there, of course. So obviously much different back in 1966 than what it is today, but first came out in 1966. Number 8 is the Ford Mustang. Obviously that came out, that is a classic car. Came out in 1964. Obviously there's been some variations to it. There's been some really good versions of it and some not so good versions of it, they're out there, right? So number 7, might not think of this one, the Porsche 911. All right, Porsche 911's been in production since 1963. Like I said, don't know if there are any hiccups in there on the Porsche or not, but and some people I know are going to say Porsche. Okay, well, Porsche would however you pronounce it, right? But 1963 on that one. Number 6 is actually the Fiat 500. That one kind of surprised me. I didn't think that company's been around that long, but that one kind of surprised me. But the Fiat 500 has been around since 1957. So, and oddly enough, if you look at the 1957 version of it, doesn't look that much different than it looks like today, just in my opinion, right? But not crazy different of a car. So they did keep the theming pretty well the same, right? So number 5, an icon of the auto industry. You know I'm an auto guy, right? But an icon of the auto industry. Number 5 is the Chevy Corvette. Corvette came out in 1953. It has obviously morphed a lot from what it was. A lot of those old Corvettes are really, really sought after, of course, just because of what they are, right? So but the Chevy Corvette 1953. Number 4 is the Toyota Land Cruiser. That came out in 1951. And I know some of you guys are gonna go, Land Cruiser's been discontinued. Not overseas, and there are rumors that it is coming back to the US. So those are rumors, but it's still in production, and it's like I said, just rumors. Anyway, but that's 1951 on the Land Cruiser. So number 3 is the Ford F-Series. So they kind of group it all into one, but the F-Series in itself came out in 1948. Obviously much different than what they look like today, and a lot fewer options than what you can get today, of course, on your Ford F-Series. Number 2 is the Volkswagen Transporter. Some people call it the Volkswagen Bus. There is a version of it that is still out. I believe it's all electric for the one that's still out, but there is a version of it currently in production. The first version of it was in 1947. That puts it to number 2 on this list for the longest one that is still out under the same nameplate. Number 1 might shock some people. Very different when it came out, but than what it is today. It has definitely made a morph to something a whole lot different than what it originally came out as. But number 1 is the Chevy Suburban. Chevy Suburban's your number 1. So came out in 1935. Very different car than what it was now, or what it is now, and I will definitely agree with that. But that is your list. So hopefully Hot Cars got it right, but it seems right to me. So those are the top 10 oldest nameplates still in production of vehicles that you can buy. So You guys got any of these? You know, if you guys got any of the first years, that's where I'm really interested. You got a 66 Corolla, let's talk about it. A 64 Mustang, that might be a little more common. They're out there, right? 67 Camaro, you know those are going to be sought after, right? A 51 Land Cruiser, good luck. You know, those things are going to be very, very hard to find, I'm sure, if you have one. But yeah, if you guys got one and you're on this list, let's, you know, post it down there. I'd love to see what some of you guys have. But Steve Waltz with your fact of the day, making you just a little bit smarter what you were yesterday. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.